trucks are here, and Goliath, Alan Tura, is one of the wildest you'll ever take a look at twin-motored Fords.
I know, Mike, you and I like to call him the little guy with the awfully big truck. He may be a little guy in stature, but this young man has proven time and time again he may be the hungriest, most aggressive monster truck driver in the sport today. He will do anything to win.
I think we're going to see that here today as he comes around the end, what was the end of the mud pit. And there's Alan leaning out the side, and what he's doing when he leans out the side, he's watching that left front tire. Now get ready, because he's fixing to crunch a bunch. He's going to go right up on top of the cars, and he'll back it up, lines it up, squares the tires up.
The crowd is realigning themselves in position to get a good view of this act.
Well, there's his brother Hercules in the tunnel area getting ready to come out. And Alan is the man right now under the gun as he steps out of the truck.
Now he's going to the back motor right now to make sure that the throttle linkage is hooked up. They can disconnect that back throttle linkage on the one of two supercharged Ford motors. There you see the back motor firing up, and now we're talking about 2,200 horsepower in a 21,000-pound vehicle.
Alan, with the two motors in the truck, do you have problems controlling the truck with this much power?
Yeah, sometimes we do. Like I say, you're crushing cars with one engine, you're driving one monster truck, and then when you start the second motor, it's like learning how to drive a monster truck all over again, because you got double your horsepower, double your fun there.
Does the motors all feed into one transfer case, or does front motor power the front tires and the back motor power the back tires?
No, we got a master transfer case, and the front engine, the power through the front side of it, and the back engine, transfer case, drive shaft feeds in the back. So it only takes one engine to drive all four tires. But when we really get in tough competition, like we did up in Pittsburgh there one time, we locked them both in. And when we do that, the horsepower and the torque is unbelievable. And at 18,000 pounds, it just goes straight up.
How tall is this truck?
Oh, it's about, with the double tier lights on it, it's about 11 foot, 12 foot 6. But because of this building, we had to take off all the lights.
How long have you been running the monster truck?
Well, I got back in the business almost 5 years now. I won like one of the first 10, about one of the first 10 monster trucks in the United States. Back in, I think, around 83, I think, got into business.
Why would you build a monster truck?
Well, like I say, I've always give Bob Chandler credit for Bigfoot. I seen the Bigfoot in the Silver Dome. I says, I got to have me one. So I went home, got rid of all the girlfriends I had, took all the money, put it all in one big pile, and bought a bunch of monster parts.
Well, Alan Tura with Goliath, how do you think you'll do tonight in the competition?
Well, I'll do pretty good. I don't do a lot of mud. I only go in mud so many times a year, so I'm kind of like, it's going to be a little tricky. But me and Samson are arch rivals. We're kind of like the sheepdog and that coyote. We get in this one arena. It's every man for himself. I'm also going against my brother, Hercules, so that's going to make it a little stiff there, too. But me and Samson always go head-to-head.
Does it make it tougher running against your brother?
Well, I've been in business 5 years. He's been in business about 2.5, so I feel I'm a little bit more of a veteran. So I guess you want to do a little bit better so you can hold up that veteran image there.
Well, it should be tremendous action. Alan will clear the cars. If you will believe this, a 22,000-pound truck that flies, Alan Tura is going to put them up. Put them up.
Unbelievable. What a job for this young man. He definitely knows how to handle this home-built Ford.
Doesn't he, though?
And the crowd loves it. You know, he built this machine at home, Mike. I know you know that. No major sponsorships to speak of. It cost him over $165,000 to put together the world's only twin-engine monster truck.
Alan Tura starts things off in one of the finest commuter vehicles in the world. This would be great for commuting back and forth to work. No traffic jam problems. Puts the Goliath truck through its paces, and now Alan is going to go to the pit. There's the height on this vehicle as Alan lines it up. Now, Brett, they're just going to actually clear the pit right now. When these guys go through, they just churn the ground. Everything leaves the pit.
I'll tell you, Alan is sitting up here on the starting line.
Really turn it. No ground. but he just got power, unbelievable power, as he's making it all the way through the pit. Just grinding. Both of those motors are screaming. The RPMs are up extremely high. Alan is really, he's broken a left rear axle, looks like, but he's grinding it out the end. He made it all the way through.
Unbelievable job, and you can hear the crowd. Show Alan, look at him, man, he's thrilled. Alan showing his appreciation for the crowd who shows theirs, as that young man has proven something that a lot of people wouldn't believe, that a 20,000-pound machine can make it through that kind of mud pit. There he is up on top of the truck.
It probably weighed 20,000 pounds when it went in the mud pit, but I believe it weighed 25,000 when it came out with all the mud he picked up.
That's for sure.
On the near track, it's Goliath preparing for his legendary battle with Samson. Goliath is up and over, but it'll take more than a slingshot to stop this monster. But here comes Samson thundering home. Look out, Goliath is in trouble. He's up in the, over the track and all over the side. It's Samson in a hair-raising finish.
Comes Goliath. Twin supercharged Fords, one in the front, one in the back. Watch this guy. This is Tura out of Warren, Ohio. He's going over. Oh, my heavens, right at the last minute. He landed it. He landed it. I can't believe it. He was up in the air and on his way over, and the truck came back to ground. Tura out of Warren, Ohio, the twin-blown Goliath, stood it right up on the rear wheels, and Bob, I thought it was history. Here's a replay. Goliath's got the hammer down on the twin-blown motors. Now watch him. He's high up in the air. It's all the way up in the air. It tilts to the right, and at the last moment, the front end brings it back down. Here's a lucky young man. A beautiful job of crushing cars with Goliath. Unbelievable. He's going to back up and try it again. He's going to do the back-up get-up. Watch him as he puts it in reverse. He's got the truck ready to go. Each one of those tires and wheels weighs over 1,000 pounds. This is definitely not a vehicle you want to have a flat with on the expressway. Here he goes. In reverse, right up on top of him, wild as you could ever see. That Goliath truck, the big twin-blown Ford, he is putting the hurt to some cars tonight. What a wild round of competition. Goliath is doing an outstanding job. Twin-blown Fords, and there's a good shot of Alan. He steps out of the truck, and tell you what, he has got to be shaken just a little bit after that first pass where it went all the way up in the air. Unbelievable. Beautiful monster truck, and the guy's doing a great job with it.
You know, when Fred Schaefer comes out, he comes out strong, but this is Goliath.
Let's take a look at the vital statistics of Alan Tura's truck. Alan from Warren, Ohio, up near the Youngstown area. And as you can see, 500 horsepower, but look at how high up that truck sits. 12 feet 6 inches, almost as wide as it is high, and a gross weight of 18,000 pounds.
And not one, but two supercharged Ford motors. One in the front, one in the back for Goliath.
Well, he's going to shine over it.
Ooh, that doesn't show good. The two left-hand tires are trying to move, but the two right-hand tires aren't trying to go. Now we've got them to come around and hook up.
Well, one pass over the cars, and Goliath will come back for another. Mike, I think what's interesting is you have a hard rubber tire on this truck, and then a softer rubber tire and a thinner tire on the barefoot truck that we'll see in just a moment.
Well, two completely different designs. Fred's designed for racing, quick, agile. Alan's is a truck.
Oh, man.
It is a heavy piece of equipment. Alan says he's toured almost 500,000 miles with this truck.
Is that a fact?
He's been around the continent several times.
Look careful. And this Goliath. And he is out of Warren, Ohio. The driver, the owner, Alan Tura, 31 years old. And the interesting thing, 2 472 cubic inch Ford big block engines. And I believe he's only running one tonight. He weighs 15,000 pounds. His brother Larry owns and drives the monster truck Hercules. This is Goliath. Margot?
Now, he loves doing things in multiples. He's got 2 engines. Then he's got 600 synchronized marker lights that are all over that truck.
Wow.
And then there's 10 steerable KC daylights up on the top.
These are worth around $150,000, these monster trucks. 2 engines. I believe he's only using one. He comes up on it. Flash bulbs go off, and he stops. Almost gets up there and comes back down off it. The crowd wants to see him go over it. Alan Tura. Some cheering, but not anything like Packard. A dual-engined monster truck. Goliath, Alan Tura, Warren, Ohio, 79 Ford. He gets set again. Here he goes. Engine running. The rear of the bed gets all the way over, but nothing spectacular. Marlon, these people want to see it.
They want to see air. And after seeing the show that Packard put on, they're not going to be satisfied with just a little bit of, you know, putt-putt.
Nope, not anymore. You've got to hit that front car and launch yourself into the stratosphere. Here he goes. Well, he gets a little bit of air into those rear wheels and comes back down and stops. Now the crowd is getting with it. They're liking it now.
We got to give him a little bit of credit because this truck is awfully heavy with those 2 motors, and he's not going to get the rear part of that truck off the ground.
That's a good point, Margot. We didn't make note of that, but those engines weigh an awful lot of weight in that machine. There he comes up again. Comes back down and stops on top. Now the crowd responding. He's winning them over. But is he going to win them over Little Barefoot? There he is. Alan Tura does not look like a monster truck driver. He's short in stature, a real enthusiastic young man. But
he's agile, though. He just jumped right up on the roof there.
So now it's between Little Barefoot and Goliath. And there's a cheer for Barry Packard and Little Barefoot.
President of the fan club there.
Yep. I think some folks feel that Packard has already won this thing. There's Packard extolling him to cheer him on. He wants the money tonight. He wants to win this one. And now the announcer asking to cheer for Alan Tura, Goliath. He goes back up on top, Margot. We have now Samson versus Goliath in the Battle of the Monster Trucks here from the Pontiac Silverdome. Beautiful machines, each costing well over $100,000, $150,000 now. And that's Samson. Driver is Don Maples. He's 40 years old, of Huntsville, Alabama. It's 1985 Chevy Silverado, the big block Chevy engine. He'll go up against Goliath, driven by Alan Tura of Warren, Ohio, a 1979 Ford twin-engine Ford F-350.
That twin-engine truck is a showstopper when he gets all of his lights and all of his motors roaring.
Okay, here we go. Samson against Goliath. The battle of the mythological heroes.
We'll see who's ready to race in this one.
Boy, I'm telling you, looks like Samson is ready and gets off the line faster. Now slows down, comes up in the air. This is where it's dangerous. And people ask us, do these machines crash? Yes, they do. They crash, but Samson makes it through first. Let's take a look back at him in slow motion and see what happened off the line. It seemed to me that Samson was just a little bit more anxious to go and got a beautiful start, and that was the whole secret there.
He's a little more antsy, but it seems like every driver has his own approach to how they're going to hit the cars. You hit the cars hard, you're going to get a lot of air. Maybe you're going to get lose some driving forward time. You go a little easier when you hit those cars, maybe you'll make a better time.
This is Goliath. His time, 11.75 seconds. A little slower start than Samson. Slows down, almost comes to a stop there as he hits the first car.
Goes over the cars fairly easily. This truck is one of the most sturdy on the circuit. He's made more passes with the least really
any problems at all. He hasn't had any.
Right.
Samson with 11.4 second clocking. Good start. Keeps the momentum up. Does not slow down, but just a little bit as he hits the first car. Watch this. Keeps the throttle on. The rear wheels driving. Completely up in the air. Extensive use of chrome underneath on that chassis. Comes back down again and again keeps the throttle pressed to the floor. Comes off the cars, and this is where he gasses it, and that makes it. So, there you have it. The battle between Samson and Goliath. Rear engine and front engine Ford. Look at the flash bulbs go on. Another view of it. Look at that blown engine, Ford engine in the back. Woo! Bouncing and rocking and rolling.